Hello, everyone. This is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is a Q&A episode, so let's actually get started, shall we? So, first question from Tyrannosaurus. Your question, what are your thoughts on Walking with Dinosaurs that's coming out this year, and do you have any fossil replicas? So, your first question, what are my thoughts on Walking with Dinosaurs coming out this year? I'm really excited about this. Because, a lot of people have been hoping for that Walking with Dinosaurs does come back with a reboot type of formula where like they stay true to what the original one was, but also probably add in different types of dinosaurs. Like you don't need to copy and paste what the old one did, what the original one did. You don't need to do that. And so at least for now, we actually got at least 4 episodes now that we actually got some ideas of what they're going to be. We know one is going to take place in the late Jurassic period in Portugal. And Titan is going to be the main focus in that episode. We know that Spinosaurus is going to get an episode. We know that there's going to be an episode in Canada where we see the Albertosaurus and Pachyrhinosaurus images that have come out. And then, of course, we have an episode at the end of the Cretaceous period in Montana or South Dakota. Where a Triceratops is going to be the main focus, but we'll still see a T-Rex in that one. So we still don't know what the other 2 episodes are going to be. And so I'm hoping that the other 2 episodes, like at least one episode's going to be in the Triassic. Even though in one of my posts that I put on YouTube, it looks like it's going to be the prediction was going to be is that there might be 4 episodes that will take place in the Cretaceous period. But I could be wrong on that. But like, let's see what happens with this. But like, I'm really really excited. The CGI so far looks like the CGI is looking really really great on some of the images that we already got to see. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. And your second question, do I have any fossil replicas? Absolutely, I got a lot of them. Here, I can show you a couple of them. Like here's a Stegosaurus Thagomizer or a tail spike. This is an actual size one. This is actually just over 20 inches. This is over 20 inches long. And yeah, so this is actually a really, really nice replica. I also have, this is one of my recent purchases here. This is a nose horn of a Triceratops. And this is a really incredible detail. And this is really, really nice. And I also have this, an Albertosaurus hand, and believe this is going to be the left hand. This is the left hand of an Albertosaurus. And yeah, and you see here's the radius and ulna, so the lower arm bones. Here are the phalanges, or the fingers. And you got the claws right here. And so, yeah. These are some of my replicas. I got a lot of replicas, but if you want me to actually show you a bit more replicas in some of these episodes, please let me know in the comment section, because I will actually show you some replicas of whatever type of dinosaurs that I do have, or prehistoric creatures that I do have in my collection. And so, yeah, I do have fossil replicas in my collection, a lot of them. And if you're going to be asking, like, hey, do you have a T-Rex tooth replica? I go, like, I have a lot of T-Rex teeth. In terms of replicas, and so yeah, but yeah, good. Thank you for the question there, Tyrannosaurus. All right, Nicholas, who would win in a fight between the Disney dinosaur Carnotaurus and the Carnotaurus from both Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom and Dominion? So we have to look at like the Disney's dinosaur Carnotaurus. That one was huge. It is so massive. Like it's bigger than the actual Carnotaurus. Like the skull is just like wider and bigger, and also the horns are like bigger. The neck is bigger. The legs are bigger. Like everything is huge about that Carnotaurus. And this Carnotaurus like towers over any other herbivorous dinosaur besides the Brachiosaurus in this film. And I would say that's very oversized. But when we look at the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and Dominion Carnotaurus, it's a little bit more in line with the actual size of Carnotaurus. But in terms of like who would win in this fight, I have to give it to the Carnotaurus from Disney's Dinosaur. Like, it's so huge, and like the skull's huge, and it's just more menacing and more aggressive than the Fallen Kingdom and Dominion Carnotaurus. Yeah, because when you look at that Carnotaurus compared to like the T-Rex that was featured, because like Rexy took that Carnotaurus down on Isla Nublar in Fallen Kingdom, and Rexy is huge compared to the Carnotaurus, and so I have to give it to the Carnotaurus from Disney's Dinosaur. And then your next one, who would win in the fight between a scientifically accurate T-Rex and the T-Rex from Jurassic Park movies like Rexy and the Buck from The Lost World? So there is a video out there that explains all this. It's not from me, it's from a different channel. You could just look it up. Scientifically accurate T-Rex versus Jurassic Park T-Rex. You just look that up, and the video is right there. You just go and find it. From my understanding, they actually looked at, like, say, the overall size and also, like, the features that would actually give each one an advantage. With Rexy and the Buck, first thing it's going to be is size. Rexy and the Buck have size. They have size. Rexy's going to be the bigger one of them all. And also, in terms of speed-wise, I would have to say Rexy and the Buck have an advantage on that. But when we look at the scientifically accurate T-Rex, the scientifically accurate T-Rex probably has a much stronger bite force. And then, of course, it's a little bit more stockier, and also it's got the better senses. Better sense of smell, better sense of vision, better sense of hearing. It's got everything. And also probably the better brain power, too. Even though that Rexy and the Buck would actually have a pretty good advantage over the scientifically accurate T-Rex, the scientifically accurate T-Rex has probably got the better part, is that it's got the better way of actually strategizing against those two. I probably would have to give it towards the scientifically accurate T-Rex, but even though that, like, Rexy and the Buck still can hold their own, but when you look at Rexy and the Buck in the Jurassic movies, like, they're shrink wrapped, whereas the scientifically accurate T-Rex now is a bit stockier. It's got more muscle, a little bit more body fat into it. I would probably have to give it towards the scientifically accurate T-Rex, because the scientifically accurate T-Rex is a little bit more nimble-footed, and also it's probably stronger, a lot stronger than Rexy and the Buck. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Rexy and the Buck from the Jurassic movies would outdo the scientifically accurate T-Rex, or do you think the scientifically accurate T-Rex would win either way? Just let me know. Or do you think it's a tie? Do you think it's a tie? But yeah, let me know in the comments. All right, Alex, your questions. Majungasaurus versus Rajasaurus. Who do you think would win? So these two Abelisaurs, they're almost evenly sized, but I think Rajasaurus is slightly larger. Because Majungasaurus is from Madagascar. I think Rajasaurus, I believe it's from Asia, or is it from Africa? I can't really remember. I think it's from Asia. But I'd say they're pretty evenly matched. But I think Majungasaurus has probably got one thing on its side, and that is a bite force. Stronger skull, stronger bite. I'm going to have to give it to Majungasaurus on this one, because Majungasaurus is going to be a little bit faster, and also I'd probably say the bite force is going to be stronger than Rajasaurus. But yeah, good question there, Alex. Your next one. Which underrated non-avian dinosaur would you love to see being more involved in a documentary series? Good question. There's a lot to choose from. In terms of like say a sauropod, I would say in terms of a very underrated sauropod, I know Sauroposeidon had its moment in the sun a little bit. I know Camarasaurus, Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Brachiosaurus are very popular. We all know that. Give me Alamosaurus. give me Allosaurus, because I think Allosaurus does deserve to be featured a little bit more in a documentary series, because it's such a unique Titanosaur, because it's the only one known in North America that we know of so far. And like, yeah, I mean, I would love to see Allosaurus featured more in a documentary series. In terms of like another herbivorous dinosaur, I mean, like some of the Asian ceratopsians would actually count. So, like, say, Sinoceratops, or even like say another maybe Cosmoceratops from North America. I would love to see any type of ceratopsian that is not Pachyrhinosaurus or Triceratops or Torosaurus or even like Styracosaurus. Give me more of these ceratopsians that have not been featured. Like, you know what ceratopsian I would love to see? Diabloceratops. Diabloceratops, I would love to see that ceratopsian in there. Ankylosaurs, a lot of ankylosaurs don't get featured that much in documentary series. I mean, we all know ankylosaurs. Like Polycanthus had got some shine. Gastonia had a tiny bit of it. Like any nodosaur would work. Like just give me any armored dinosaur. Hadrosaurs, there's too many of them to count. I would probably have to say some of the Asian hadrosaurs like Saurolophus and maybe the Orilla. Oh man, I keep forgetting the name. It's Orilla something. But it's from Asia, or the way Shuntosaurus. Shuntosaurus might actually work because it's the largest hadrosaur. Why not? In terms of theropods, that's tough to do. There's a lot of them, but I would say maybe a Kilobator as a raptor should actually get some time in the sun. In terms of a large theropod, I don't know. That's a really good one. Maybe Signraptor. I would probably have to go Signraptor, because I think that one deserves a little bit more time in the sun, even though it was featured in Dinosaur Revolution or Dinotopia, or Dinotasia, excuse me. Not Dinotopia. Dinotopia is a fictional land. But, that one doesn't count. But I would have to go Signraptor. But yeah, good question there, Alex. I think Signraptor does deserve some time in the sun. All right, Benjamin, your questions. Was the Gigantosaurus that appeared in Jurassic World Dominion intended to be Acrocanthosaurus? Not really, even though that the design does look very similar to Acrocanthosaurus, because I think they did borrow some things from Acrocanthosaurus, like the tall spines on the back. I think that's what they tried. I think that's what they did to make Giganotosaurus look a little bit larger and more menacing. But really, they didn't really have to do that. Like, the skull shape is okay. I just think that, like, the Giganotosaurus in Dominion, I thought there was some features that I think could have been better. Like, you didn't need to give them the tall spikes. Like, Giganotosaurus is an impressive animal all by itself. Like, you didn't need to add any different type of features to it. But, like, there's people that do like that design of Giganotosaurus, but I'd probably say it's okay. It's okay. I'd say it's an okay design. Not what I really wanted, but it's okay. But like, it does look a lot like Acrocanthosaurus with those tall spines. But I think they just borrowed the tall spines from Acrocanthosaurus. Could Postosuchus crush bones? I think they could, but I don't think they did it very often. I think they do have the bite force to be able to do it. It's just that they probably crushed bones on like smaller individuals of like, say, Placerius, Listosaurus, mainly Placerius, and even some of the smaller dinosaurs like Coelophysis. But like, yeah, I'd probably say that like it could do it, but not in the way that you would think it would. I'd probably say it's more likely going to crush the bones of the younger individuals of certain types of animals. Is the claw of the red-legged Suriyama designed like a raptor killing claw? I don't know if I ever heard of this. Give me a little bit more context when you ask me that question again. And your last one. What kind of shape of the crest is Tsintaosaurus? Since Tsintaosaurus is a type of lambeosaur, and so, because see, for a long time it was thought that it was just like a single like long rod crest for a while, and there's some toys and even some artist renditions that show like bulbils, like bobules, or like these like big flaps of skin that would actually showcase like it has like a like it would use those for like resonating sound and all that sorts of stuff. But recent studies have actually showcased that majority of the crest is missing. Majority of the crest is missing because of maybe the fact is that like some of those bones that were missing were just so thin and so fragile that they just couldn't fossilize very well, or otherwise they were in the process of being fossilized, but it's just that they got broken up and washed away further down. I mean, that's a possibility, or at least it could just be a flap of skin. Could be just a flap of skin that just covered that, and it might be the part where the dinosaur inflated that part to actually showcase that it used that inflated skin to showcase, like, say, basically it's a display structure, like showcasing like to mates, other members of its species, ward off predators, those sorts of things. But right now it's looking more like it did have a crest. It did have a much more lambeosaurian type of crest. And that's more likely what it's going to be. And so, yeah, Tsintaosaurus would definitely have a crest that would be very similar to, say, Lambeosaurus or Carnotaurus type of dinosaur, but more likely Lambeosaurus. And so that's all the questions I got for you today. Next week will be the extra episode of my expectations for Jurassic World Rebirth. Many of you have already seen the trailer, so a lot of you are going to be asking me, I know some of you are going to be asking, well, what did you think of the trailer? Are you going to show us the trailer? I'd say, well, I can't show you the trailer, like, in terms of the video due to copyright, so I can't do that. So, but I have seen the trailer. I've seen the two trailers that came out, which is the original one and also the Super Bowl one. And so, yeah, so I'll give you my thoughts on the trailers, and also I'll give my thoughts about what are my expectations for this movie. I'll give you, like, what am I excited about, what am I actually a little bit more concerned about, and that sort of thing. So, yeah, stay tuned for next week for that extra episode. I'll be going through my expectations for Jurassic World Rebirth, so stay tuned for that one for next week, Thursday. But you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com. Or just go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts at Dinochrist. Like the page, you actually post your questions in the comments section. Please put them in the comments section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messenger is a private conversation, so please put your questions in the comments section on any Facebook post. And also for YouTubers out there, like the video, subscribe to the channel, according to my analytics. So a lot of you guys are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet, so please feel free to hit that subscribe button, and also hit the like button, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. The more likes the video gets, the more likely the video gets spread out to people that are interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so, and also share the video, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so, and also hit that notification bell so that we can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also check out the posts on my YouTube channel. You can see there's polls that come out every 3 days. I'll be posting a poll not too much longer from now, and so that way you guys can actually be interacting with each other, and also feel free to give me your opinions on some in the comments section about like some of the polls, and also because since that most of the polls now are basically Walking with Dinosaurs stuff, because since Walking with Dinosaurs is going to be coming out this year, so hopefully you guys can actually interact and also be respectful in the comment section, please. And like I said, hit that notification bell so that we can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also for you YouTubers out there, feel free to leave your questions in the comments section, because I do read them all. Your questions mean a lot on these Q&A episodes. So all of you that are sending me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube, you guys are awesome. You're giving me some great questions for the Q&A episodes like this. Keep up the great work, and also make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. And you can also follow me on Threads, same thing, at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of people around you. So for younger people out there, to make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you could have for good education. It's very important to have good educations. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. That's it for now. Now, I'll see you guys next time.